Welcome, film and TV lovers, to another episode of Real Talk. We searched for all the hottest news in TV and film so you don't have to. The Walking Dead spin-off show, codenamed Cobalt, yet still officially untitled, has been ordered by AMC for not just one but 2 seasons. Production/filming has only just started, with some major actors starring within it. One of them is actually in House of Cards Season 3. Writer-producer Robert Kirkman dropped some sneaky hints about the spin-off at the South by Southwest conference in Austin on Saturday, including how the series will fit in with the existing show. He says the time frame for the spin-off will be a little earlier than the original show, but he wouldn't call it a prequel because it will eventually form a path running concurrently. Does this mean that with the shows running at the same time, we'll have characters crossing over between shows? We can only wait and see. Now, coming off the announcement that Marvel will apparently not be at this year's San Diego Comic-Con, does this mean we'll not be getting a casting announcement for the new Spider-Man anytime soon? Well, they've denied rumours that former EastEnders star Sam Strike is up for the lead role, but other names that have been attached are Logan Lerman and Dylan O'Brien. But in a recent interview with BuzzFeed, O'Brien said he hasn't been approached for the role. A firm favourite with fans is Bates Hotel star Freddie Highmore, but this is just all one big guessing game. Sony Pictures has got us playing until that very day they announce the official cast list, which we hope is very soon.
Looking at the hottest action and drama films this week in our film section. Will Smith plays the lead role in this drama thriller about a master con artist, Nicky, who takes young novice Jess, played by Margot Robbie, under his wing in the hope to become an expert in the art of scamming people after her failed attempt at conning Nicky. However, they get a little too close and Nicky cuts his ties, but 3 years later he signs up to an ambitious and dangerous con in the midst of Buenos Aires motor racing world. Surprise, surprise, Jess turns up to the scene as a fully developed femme fatale, and Nicky starts to lose control of the operation. Mixed reviews across the board for this one, but Will Smith, with his Hollywood charm, is as ever flawless in his performance. Run All Night is a film that we can only describe as another one of those Liam Neeson films that seems like another rip-off of Taken. Whilst Liam Neeson continues his run of compelling, gritty action roles in films, we couldn't help but notice a few similarities between the previous Taken films. Number 1, there's a family threat as Liam Neeson's fictional son becomes a mob target. Number 2, he has an admirable reputation among his associates. And number 3, he has an extremely limited time to save his family and put things right. Saying that, it is much better than Taken 3. Its fast pace makes it feel urgent and positively fresh by comparison. If you have been in a situation where you thought, I probably should not have said that, then take a look at this film and it will put things in perspective for you. Based on a true story, Kill the Messenger follows reporters struggle to deal with being the target of a vicious smear campaign after exposing the CIA's involvement in a large cocaine import in America in the 1980s. With an impressive lineup for the cast, including Jeremy Renner, Rosemary DeWitt, Tim Blake Nelson and Michael Sheen, there are plenty of compelling performances for what was truly an explosive news story in the 1990s.
One of the DEA's most wanted brought in thousands of kilos of cocaine to the U.S. every day. For them.
For who?
The U.S. government. Jesus.
I couldn't sell it fast enough to keep up with supply.
Some fancy information you have there. Dangerous.
What you found here, Gary, is a monster.
Are you telling me that I should just walk away from this? You'd be an idiot not to.
This story scares people.
I'm your big brother.
Well, it should.
There are ongoing operations you're in danger of exposing. We know you were in Nicaragua.
Am I being followed?
They find a solution. Where you be for the revolution?
I thought my job was to tell the public the truth, the facts, pretty or not.
We'd never threaten your children, Mr. Webb.
What'd you say?
It's over.
I'm not finished with it.
This is a true story. Some stories are just too true to tell.
Where you be for the revolution?
So we cannot wait for the next instalment of the hugely popular film franchise Fast and Furious, and whilst they are not the most innovative thinkers when it comes to sequel titles, they do not fail to deliver bigger and better action scenes than before. In this film, they have even dropped cars out of a plane in mid-flight. If that doesn't scream box office hit, then we don't know what will. The film's first public screening is at the South by Southwest Festival and was met by both praise and tears as it proved to be a fitting tribute to the late and great Paul Walker in his final performance as law enforcement officer Brian O'Connor. Sticking with the action and tying it back to the superhero element, we do think these things through by rewinding back to Dredd. The 2012 sci-fi film was based on the comic book character Judge Dredd is possibly one of the most overlooked films of 2012 and just films in general. Dredd, played by Carl Urban, is a law enforcer given the power of judge, jury and executioner in a vast dystopic metropolis called Mega City 1 that lies in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Dredd and his apprentice partner Judge Anderson are forced to bring order to a 200-story high-rise block of flats and deal with its resident drug lord, Marmar, in a brutal and action-heavy film. As long as you can handle the sight of lots of blood and gore, this is one you should really check out.
Inhabitants of Peach Trees. This is Judge Dredd.
Let him talk.
In case you people have forgotten, this block operates under the same rules as the rest of the city. Mama is not the law. I am the law.
Now, let's take a look at what you need to watch on TV this week. The show that cannot be killed is back for a 6th season. Yes, the hit comedy show Community, that was cancelled last year by NBC, was quickly picked up by the online network Yahoo Screen, and we could not be any happier. The show is based on a group of individuals from all different backgrounds set at the crazy community college of Greendale, with possibly one of the strongest fan bases ever. Sorry, Firefly. The show continues to defy all expectations, starring the likes of Ken Jeong, Joel McHale, Donald Glover and Alison Brie. Community's outlandish storylines tie in perfectly with its meta-humour style, jam-packed with jokes and incredible wit at every turn. If you're looking for that one show that will give you a guaranteed laugh, a popular cultural commentary and an instant pick-me-up, then look no further than Community.
Yeah?
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Someone told me you were sweeping, straightening clocks. Why are you cleaning that sign? I gave you a list.
Yeah, the list felt pretty similar visually. I can't picture a montage cutting from me verifying Diane's invoice to me emailing confirmation to Diane.
Right. But a montage is what, Abed?
It's a movie apologizing for reality.
And we are where?
Reality?
And what do people do here?
They email Diane.
If you change your clothes one more time today, you're fired.
Sorry.
Empire is a new musical drama series set in the world of hip-hop music. The story focuses around the music company Empire Entertainment and its founders. The show stars Terrence Howard as Luscious Lion, a former drug dealer turned CEO of the company, whose diagnosis with a debilitating illness causes uncertainty for the company. It also stars Taraji P. Henson and his troublesome ex-wife, and Grace Geely as his fiancée. Hip-hop fans out there are in for a real treat with this show. You have the likes of Estelle, Mary J. Blige, Jennifer Hudson all making guest appearances. You only have to watch the first episode to know why they are constantly breaking records as a TV show on Fox. You cannot miss this. Another show that's made the leap into the Netflix world is the crime drama series Happy Valley. BAFTA-winning television writer Sally Wainwright, who's written shows such as Last Tango in Halifax and Scott and Bailey, puts a sinister edge on a crime and punishment drama that makes it stand out from its competitors. Starring Sarah Lancashire as Catherine, a 47-year-old police sergeant who's still mourning her daughter's suicide, it follows two stories in parallel to each other, but linked together by one man, Tommy Lee Royce, played by James Norton. When Catherine spots Tommy in the street, she becomes obsessed with finding him after he raped her daughter, which caused her to commit suicide. But what she doesn't know is he's also behind the recent kidnapping of an accountant's daughter after getting involved in some drug dealing. If you're going to watch any crime drama on Netflix this week, then check this out. Especially as the BBC have confirmed that they're making another series of the drama, which will be released later this year.
Come through to my office and you can start at the beginning.
I'm Catherine, by the way. I'm 47, I'm divorced, I live with my sister, who's a recovering heroin addict. I've 2 grown-up children, one dead, one who doesn't speak to me, and a grandson.
Stuck in Speed Bump City, where the only thing that's pretty is the thought of getting out.
It's a bit mad, isn't it? A date with your ex-husband.
You're getting too old for this, Catherine, love.
How would you like to make £500,000? You're talking about kidnapping.
I've
got to ring the police.
You left abruptly. Everything all right?
Yes? Yeah?
Original British drama, Happy Valley, on BBC One.
Sticking with the online shows, with a new trailer that was released last week and less than a month to go, Marvel's hotly anticipated new show Daredevil will be hitting Netflix on April the 10th. Based on the Marvel hero of the same name, Daredevil takes place in a district in New York called Hell's Kitchen that follows the life of Matt Murdock, played by Charlie Cox. Set inside the ever-growing Marvel Cinematic Universe and sharing continuity with all the Marvel films, this is the first in a series of shows that will lead up to Defenders crossover miniseries. Kinda like a mini Avengers team, but for TV. Daredevil looks to be a gritty take on the superhero genre, and with it aimed more towards adults, expect to see a much more darker and intense side to the Marvel Universe. Supposedly set to take place after the events of the first Avengers film and before the upcoming Avengers 2, this is one of the most anticipated shows of the year. The popular sitcom on BBC has recently come to an end, so why not take a look back at all 7 series and relive all the hilarious one-liners from one of Britain's favourite comedians, Lee Mack, as the sloppy northern tenant who always seems to be getting under the feet of his landlady. One of the very few comedy sitcoms on BBC that's actually quite funny, which is mostly down to the well-crafted gags and Lee Mack's perfect comic timing, as opposed to other BBC shows like Miranda, which rely too much on clumsy comedy and slapstick jokes to get a laugh from the audience. If you love Lee Mack's style of comedy, then you definitely want to check this out.
Pepperoni, just like my mama used to defrost. Right, that's the food sorted. How are we getting on with the music?
Do we really need music?
Yes, to drown out the sounds of your bubbly personality. What's the matter with you?
I've been thinking about what you said, you know, about me turning Lola gay.
I was joking. You don't know she's gay?
Yes, I do. I made a few phone calls to some old friends of hers. She never got married. Never even had a boyfriend.
Doesn't prove she's gay.
And she works in a lesbian bookshop.
Still doesn't mean she's gay.
I've heard rumours she doesn't fancy you.
Gay.
So that was Real Talk, and sadly it's over for today, but make sure you do pop back after Easter for the latest and greatest, hottest films and TV shows out then. Thanks for watching.